Okay, good afternoon. I am Jeff, and this is Pie with Jeff. And today we have a special guest, and that is my good friend Glenn Hanlon. Glenn, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome to Pie with Jeff. Today it's Pie with Jeff and Glenn. A couple of bald guys eating pie. But the most important thing today is National Pie Day.
How about that?
So happy National Pie Day. So Pie Day, interestingly enough, there's three of them. There's today, which is I think the first one, and then there's the Pi Day, spelled P-I, which is March 14th, 3.14. And then there's also an extra Pi Day thrown in there for good measure, December 1st, which some people recognize, some don't. I recognize it because it's pie.
So like European Pie Day or something?
I don't even know what it is.
Okay.
So anyway, today we have a pie from Sugar Fire. Sugar Fire, most of you probably are familiar with. Look at that. Most of you are probably familiar with Sugar Fire from their barbecue fame, but they also have a little pie shop a couple of doors down from the location on Olive. And this is a chess pie with a little powdered sugar on top. So we're going to cut into this baby, and you said you like chess pie, right?
I just love custard pies in general.
Any type of custard pie.
And since chess pie is sort of a custard-based pie,
right?
I thought it would be particularly appropriate for me to have a chance at this one.
I think it is. Let's see. I'm going to cut a quarter, and then cut the quarter in half. So chess pie. Have you had a chess pie before?
I don't think so.
So chess pie is basically, it's kind of like a custard pie, but it's whoa, hello. The unique thing about a chess pie is it has cornmeal in it, and that gives it kind of a little bit of a gritty consistency.
So the cornmeal is in the filling, right?
Yes. And they can be made with different flavors. They can be like a vanilla chess pie, or they can be a lemon chess pie is a popular one. This is just a traditional chess pie, which is kind of I think it's kind of you've got some southern roots to it.
And over the top, what do we have over the top here, Jeff?
We have the top of the pie.
Like, is it like a top crust, or is it
Yeah,
like
it's
crumbly?
It's a little bit of a crumbly crust. You can kind of see it. There's a little bit of a space in there.
Right.
And then they sprinkle some powdered sugar on it, just to make it look pretty. So
Has a wonderful
it does kind of have a good
almost like a molasses aroma.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, it smells like caramelized sugar.
that's probably exactly what it is. All right, well,
Dig in.
dig in.
All right.
Bon appetit.
I would say it's very dense.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Heavy sugar flavor right off the bat.
Yeah,
Very
it's
sweet.
Almost like a caramel flavor,
Mm-hmm.
but with the grittiness of the sugar and the cornmeal.
Yeah.
I'm assuming this is like a traditional crust on the bottom.
I believe so. That's what it looks like. Well, it could be a little bit of a pecan crust too.
Yeah, you can see the crust is kind of dark. It's maybe saturated with some of the liquid from the custard filling.
Mm-hmm. It's very good though. Excellent. And what's interesting about the chess pie from Sugar Fire is when Sugar Fire first started making pies, they called it the crack pie because it was so good. It was like crack. You needed more. You wanted more all the time. So I don't know. They never really established like a dealer network like crack dealers, but they called it the crack pie until some lawyers in New York contacted them and said, "Hey, we have a trademark. We have a customer or a client with a pie shop, and they have a trademark on the word crack pie."
Of course they do.
So they had to stop calling it the crack pie. So now it's just called the Sugar Fire pie, available at Sugar Fire restaurants. But it basically is just a chess pie. And I think there's some vinegar in here as well.
I'm wondering if they use white vinegar or more like an apple cider vinegar. But
That's a good question.
either way, it would cut some of the sweetness because it is very sweet. I'm enjoying the flavor because like I said, I love custard, I love caramel, and I think it would pair well with just about any kind of coffee,
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah. If you're a coffee drinker, I'm not. But
And certainly, if you're a fan of the Sugar Fryer barbecue,
yep,
my favorite is their brisket. It would be a great dessert following a delicious meal of barbecue.
yeah. The crust is very good. And you don't typically if you get soggier crust sometimes with fruit pies,
Yeah.
but not so much with this. So it would make sense that it's as good as it is, as flaky as it is.
I think maybe brown sugar or molasses, something in there that it's got that sort of darker caramely sugar flavor. So how'd you happen to come by the choice of this pie for today?
I don't know. Something just spoke to me. Said I needed some kind of traditional pie. This is a very southern traditional type of recipe. Supposedly came over from England. It was popular in England, and then settlers brought it over, and it was popular in the South, and now it's everywhere.
Southernized version of a traditional English pie. I looked up on online and found an article on Wikipedia explaining kind of just what you said, and of course you never know. A lot of this is just conjecture. They think, well,
Sure.
the name could have come from this or this or this. So do your own research, and your mileage may vary, but I suppose a chess pie is as good a name as any. And
I like it, though.
as good as it is, it would be just as good if it had, slightly less sweet as well.
But I do like the sweet. I'm all about the sweet.
And powdered sugar just gives it a nice little finish.
Yep.
Yeah. I especially like the crust.
There's like a layer of something between the filling and the crust. I don't know if that's a molasses you taste or...
Yeah, something is making it a little bit chewy. That
Right.
could have been like maybe around the corners where that sugar got a little more cooked.
Yep.
But
Yeah, you can kind of see a little bit of a layering
right,
there of ingredients. So
interesting. Oh, well,
it's good though.
I would say it's definitely a thumbs up.
Yep.
So
It's good pie. So this has been Pie with Jeff and Glenn. Thank you for being here.
thank you.
And happy National Pie Day.
Cheers.